PLC has a claim on Crete? No, they don't. Oh, that's Cyprus. Yeah, they do. Somehow. He only has it for 5 years. But that means he's had it for 20 already. How did he do that? Brittany has died to the Irish. Are they just waiting for war score? I think they probably are. Brittany was just pieced out. Ireland took Brittany. Oh, how's France going to feel about that? Because Brittany is usually one of the major ports which France uses to colonize. So that's just cost France some range. Not a lot, granted, it's only one sea zone. But that also gives Ireland a hold on the continent. And I am sure that that's going to cause tensions in the same way that England having territory on the continent is going to. Who's Ireland allied to right now? Because I have a feeling that they have a couple of conflicting alliances. Aragon, Ajuran, and... that's Mamluks. Ireland and France are allied. Plus Aragon, Portugal, Holland, and Morocco. Unless Ireland sells this land to France, which is possible. I just don't see what Ireland really benefits from this, because that's going to be antagonizing the French. Huh. See if you're... Player War did just fire. We have probably the Swedish War of Independence. Sweden is indeed independent. Sweden's at war with Denmark, Norway, France, and Holland. While Denmark, who are they fighting against? Denmark is fighting against Castile and Florence. No, that's Ireland. Damn it. Sweden, Utrecht, Cologne, and the Palatinate. So this is literally just Sweden versus Denmark. I'm not sure how this is going to go for Sweden. Sweden probably does have the better troops, but they are woefully outnumbered. I don't think France is going to get horribly involved. Holland might, but we've seen from before Holland kind of likes having small independent nations, which is why they were helping Ireland before. Cologne and the Palatinate. So they do have a couple of HRE nations in this war, but they're not particularly big ones. Palatinate is just down here somewhere. There they are. Heidelberg and Pfalz. What was the other one? Cologne. Cologne's over here. 3 province. I mean, there are HRE, and HRE provinces do tend to be a lot wealthier. Denmark is out of manpower. Sweden absolutely is not. Sweden does have a stability shortage, though. Looming disasters, they need to buff up that stability as soon as possible. How much does that cost? Because that's something I would do, like, right now. Click it. Click it. You don't want that to fire. You really don't want that to fire. And the numbers. Numbers are definitely on Denmark's side, but it depends on whether France fights this or not. And it also depends if anyone else jumps in the war against Denmark or not. How's the naval game going? Sweden has no fleet. So Sweden can never cross into moist Berlin, which means that Denmark's capital and well, the capital can never fall. I was going to say that Jutland could never fall, but of course we have the HRE fighting. So what Denmark was able to resist last time was anyone going after Jutland. This is a fair amount of war score that they could lose. And if Sweden plays their cards right and just dominates the fact that Denmark has no manpower and just drains them, cause that attrition, scorched earth, stay ahead of them, let them just lose their army and then counterattack. That's what Sweden needs to do here. But so much depends on what France does. And France themselves are being occupied. France are fighting their own war. Again, Champagne, Cornwall, Bessarabia, Albania, Hamburg, and Ferrara. How strong is Hamburg? Not very. Yeah, this is against France, so I can't really see France taking many losses. Holland seems to be just chilling at home, but they have raised morale. They do have rebels, that's probably why they've raised morale. Protestant rebels. Interesting. I wonder if Holland's trying to get rebels to flip them. And you still have the alliance-breaking threat, though that has not happened yet. And you have a bunch of national decisions you've not taken. Okay, so Fort Berlin has fallen. I think I want to see this from the Swedish perspective. Where's your army? We have the Danish fleet currently privateering the Baltic. Where is your army? Stack wiped. Really? So Sweden is hurriedly building a new army, but that's bad, because that's going to be going into one of the only advantages that you currently have against Denmark, and that is your manpower pool. And the Danes are currently losing money. Do they have mercenaries? They currently have a couple of mercenaries, not a huge number, so they could hire more if they wanted to. What's the light brown thing in Britain? It's independent Cornwall. And Morocco. I had not realised that Lincoln had fallen to Morocco. That's hilarious, because that's the centre of trade. I wonder if Denmark sold them that. Because Morocco is clearly hungry for ports to raid Europe, and are going to be doing that. Morocco is definitely playing this a very interesting way. I like what Morocco is doing here. Denmark also has more money. I'm not sure that's true, because they are losing money right now. And Sweden are earning. What's the total earnings? 13 versus 29. So Denmark does have more total cash. A lot of this depends on how much people are willing to support Sweden. They are not getting subsidies from anyone. Obviously they don't have an army, so that's not going to be costing them very much. They are trying to rebuild their forces, though that looks to be just infantry. You need to mix in some artillery with that. And they have no artillery under construction. What I think I would do in Sweden's instance is recruit a bunch of mercenaries, maybe 10,000 mercenaries, and then fill up the rest with artillery and cavalry. So that your regular forces are using your manpower pool, and then just do some damage. France has appeared. Holland has appeared. Yeah, if you can't keep France out of this war, then it's over. I think that this bid for independence has ended. And this is actually the Danish-Swedish unification war. So Sweden did get independence, and then Denmark's gone. No. And nobody is supporting Denmark. Nobody's supporting Sweden. Like, the Commonwealth could have potentially, Muscovy could have potentially. How's Muscovy doing? Muscovy are losing money. They don't have much manpower. Their armies are still alive. Commonwealth is still sitting here in Berlinska, with their troops at full maintenance going, I'm going to attack you. It's going to happen. And honestly, if Muscovy falls to the Commonwealth, then the Commonwealth are going to be pretty much unstoppable. Like, some of these other powers, the Ottomans, the Mamelukes, need to be worried about Muscovy. Possibly even Austria, Brandenburg, Denmark. Livonian Order is a Danish vassal, right? No, it's a Commonwealth vassal. Of course it is. So actually, Commonwealth does have a large coast. So Morocco is going to be causing some gripes towards the Moroccans. Towards the Commonwealth. And Portugal looks like they've peaced out. Morocco and Aragon are still going. Let me just see if that is true. Yes. Mamelukes, are you doing anything? You are currently just drilling your forces. You have quite a large standing army. You have a ton of cash. Yeah. Don't screw with the Mamelukes' economy. It is enormous. And the Mamelukes AI has actually done a really good job with the ideas. Economic trade and offensive. That's an extremely strong combination for the Mamelukes. Like, that's probably what I would have chosen. Ethiopia should be very concerned, and Ethiopia should be casting about for allies. I'm not sure that they have. Nope. Oh, nope, they're allied to Vijayanagara, which is a good move. Vijayanagara, of course, being another player nation. Vijayanagara currently fighting against Cochin, which is just that guy. Does give them a little bit more spice. Just double checking neither of those are centers of trade, but they're not. Zelzin, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Egypt was the richest area of the Middle Ages, of the Middle East for a region, all that cotton in the Nile. It's the trade. It's the trade flowing through Aden. I mean, once Portugal secures trade around the Cape of Good Hope, then that's going to siphon a lot of money away from the Mamluks and from the Ottomans. So these two are going to be hungry to stop that happening, which is going to be causing rivalries between the Mamluks and Portugal. And probably between the Mamluks and Aragon. So in this instance, like at this stage of the game, the Ottomans and the Mamluks might actually want to be friendly. The Ottomans, of course, not being here today, is going to be causing issues in this region. Yeah, Sweden is now starting to get occupied. 2 of their forts have gone down. Stockholm is about to fall. This is really unfortunate because this is the best opportunity that Sweden's had for independence. And they still haven't brought up that stability. If that fires, then it's game over for Sweden. Because they've got no armies, they can have no money. They'll have some manpower, but they're not using it. You've lost your army again. Are you just deleting your forces? What are you doing, Sweden? I'm going to watch this because this is getting suspicious. Holland having rebels. Right, what's Holland doing? So Holland is still in this war. Where are your armies? Okay, the Dutch armies are currently sieging down Cologne, which makes sense. The Dutch might be trying to expand over here. Palatinate is completely taken over by Protestant zealots, and it is a Protestant land already, so that's not going to have much effect. And this is all Dutch pretenders. I wonder if your pretender rebels are just better, so you're trying to let them win. Floris the Sixth is a 4-2-2. Your current ruler is a 4-2-1, so he is in fact better. And he's only 18. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to let those pretenders win just to get the ruler. Calico should see his Baghdad and Mosul in the Arabic cause. I think that Karakanulu is allied to the Ottomans. Well, the Timurids are going after them right now, though. Actually, technically, Timmy is going after Hassa, but I wonder if that's broken the alliance between Karakanulu and the Ottomans. Like, who are your allies right now, Ottomans? Morocco and Karakanulu. Right, because this was against Hassa, they've not done anything. Your Diplo power is maxed out. I really hope that you have set up, like, allows development or something. Otherwise, that's just going to max out and nothing else is going to happen. Alright, Sweden. Are you even trying to fight this? Nope. I guess when Sweden saw France was getting involved, they just peaced out. They probably deleted their armies. Fair amount of corruption. Not doing anything with the stability. And what's happening with France now? France is still getting occupied by Champagne, of all people. What are you doing, France? Also, 20,000 men. That seems remarkably few. You don't have a lot of manpower, granted. And superior unit types. Come on, upgrade. It's like the first thing you should do. Okay, so Morocco has greatly expanded. I think Morocco is the main benefactor from this war. Looks like Aragon's going to take this. Now let's see. The important question, centers of trade. Yeah, see, I think that Morocco should have tried to grab Ottomans. Although, again, they probably have a deal with Aragon. But they've got 3 centers of trade.
Hello.
Aragon's going to have the 1. Hello.
So, yeah, Sweden gained their independence because my ruler died when I had low prestige and they had high liberty desire.
Right, I did wonder about that.
And they failed to get good allies, so I restored the Union.
I saw that too. And were you stack wiping them, or were they deleting their armies?
I stack wiped them 3 times.
Good grief. Because, yeah, they were sitting there on like 20,000 manpower with no armies.
I don't think they had the money.
Loans? They have no loans.
Oh. Okay. I don't know then.
Oh no, sorry, they have 4 loans, but that's still nothing.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think they just gave up on that war partway through.
Probably. Because I did have France and Holland behind me.
Yes, I was thinking like Sweden might be able to win this because you were on no manpower and they had a lot.
Oh, I have a
Unless
bunch of
France
mercs
joins.
in my army.
Oh, I know you had mercenaries and you have the money to fund it, but you still have no manpower and they had everything. And also Sweden is Sweden.
Look at their tech.
Yeah, okay, that's poor. And I did notice that they had not embraced colonialism. They still haven't.
They didn't embrace the Renaissance until very recently.
I saw that too. And in fact, yeah, half their country is still converting to the Renaissance.
Yeah. So, this is a mercy to them.
Yeah, kind of is. I wasn't... Well, are you going to try and integrate them, do you think?
Probably not. That's just too mean.
Well, they haven't really been helping you very much in wars and stuff, have they? They're definitely playing up to that disloyal.
They did at the beginning.
Yeah,
they were loyal at the beginning. I did not expect that to last, though, and it didn't last.
No.
So hopefully I can bend them into shape now.
And do you have any plans to sweeten the deal and make them more pliable?
Yeah, I already had a deal with them to give them some land and stuff.
Okay.
But then they just broke free from random chance, basically.
And also, I've just noticed that there is a new subject in the Scandinavian region. Well, not even a subject, just a new power.
Oh, stop me. God damn it. Freaking Norway let the rebels win.
Yep.
Okay, I've got to go deal with that.
No, keep them alive. Embrace this new addition to the region.
I love Sami so much, but it's like, I want that province. And I'm
some pretty
integrating
interesting
Norway.
ideas, especially against Muscovy.
Yeah, what are their ideas?
National manpower plus 10, religious unity plus 30, attrition for enemies plus 1, national tax plus 10, merchant, provincial trade plus 10, tolerance to true faith plus 2, land attrition minus 10, stability cost minus 10, and then the capstones plus 1 missionary.
That's really good.
And they've taken defensive ideas. Defensive plus that attrition?
Yeah.
Oh, they're actually fighting Norway now.
Yeah, they're...
Oh, that was you.
Norway is in trouble.
And are you
I
going
don't
to
know where their
them?
army went. They've just been dead for a long time.
Well, Norway tends to suffer with acute money issues. I remember that from when I was playing as Norway.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the other chat now.
Okay.
Yep.
Calico can play us up me. Denmark is the nicest autocratic lord ever. I do kind of feel sorry for Sweden, but I feel like they gave that one up way too soon. Like, that was winnable. Or at least white peaceable. And that's all you need in a unification war, I think. Norway seems to be losing a revolt in Iceland. Yes, they're only peasants. And Iceland is actually pretty hard to hold. Because there's only the 2 provinces over here. And no forts. So, like, rebels spawn, a month later they've taken that province, they move over, a month later that province has fallen too. And then suddenly you have to force a naval landing. And if you're already at war with other people, then problems just become even more severe. Lincoln. Wasn't Lincoln owned by Morocco? That seems to have gone back to Holland. And Holland doesn't have a core on this, so... bought it? I guess? Gotland still owned by Morocco. I actually liked the idea of English money. of Lincoln being owned by the Moroccans. See, from the Dutch perspective, it would be better to sell them East Anglia, because East Anglia is not a centre of trade, while Lincoln and London both are. And obviously Holland wants to have more trade coming from this area.